It's 9:47 in the morning on Monday, beginning of a new work week. I am so regretting the pizza and the cheesy bread that I ate last night for dinner. It's, I don't know, it was not my best choice. So I'm back to my normal workday breakfast of half a cup of oats, 2 tablespoons of the powdered hazelnut powder, and 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and then a cup of tea in one of my really large mugs because sometimes you just really need a lot of caffeine, and today is one of those days. When I went to go put the milk into the mug, I don't know what I was thinking, but I started pouring milk into my oatmeal. So yeah, that's a thing I did. I guess now, I mean, I didn't put too much before I realized, so I don't think it'll affect me points wise, and I hope it doesn't affect the oatmeal. I don't know. I have to give it a couple minutes for it to thicken up because, as always, I pour sort of too much water because I need to give it time to cool down, and it'll thicken as it cools. So I guess I'll find out in roughly 5 minutes if the milk made any change to it. I don't think so, right? I mean, probably not. I guess I'll find out. It's about 5:30 in the evening on Monday, and I am about to have dinner. I got home from physio, and I wanted this, so I had an avocado. I finally figured out somewhere that I could put the avocado that wasn't on the counter, so it should be safe from ants, and it seems to have survived. And when I opened it, it was absolutely perfect, so yay. So it's 2 pieces of toast. Both of them have a half of an avocado that I sliced up on each side. This one has a cheese slice on there as well, and then both have an egg, and then this one has QP mayo on top. Sorry it's so wobbly. I'm holding the plate versus having the plate on the counter because the counter still has the burner thing, the hot plate, I don't know what to call it really, there, and it's too hot to move to put it away yet, but I already wiped down the counter in case there were any crumbs, and it's still wet, so I don't want to put the plate down there. The life of a paranoid human. But yeah, so this will be dinner. I know it's usually more of like a breakfast or a brunch type of a thing, but I'm not going to get to have something this complex during the work week for breakfast, and I really wanted to use the avocado. It is 8:20 in the morning on Tuesday, and there's not enough caffeine today, people. Not enough caffeine. I have my second cup of tea for the day, my oatmeal with a half a cup of oats, 2 tablespoons of the powdered hazelnut powder, and 1 tablespoon of the brown sugar. And yeah, I'm just gonna take this and slink back over to my little work area and move the cat off my chair and hope that fueling succeeds in waking me up, because it's been a rough start to the day. Good morning. It's a little after 9 a.m. on Wednesday, and I thought that I would share with you just how not awake that I am. Sorry for the noise. If you can hear that, you probably can. It's my kettle in the process of boiling. I started putting my measured oats into the bowl for my oatmeal, and the first scoop I put into my tea mug. Yeah, this has already had 2 cups of tea in it, so it should make for some interesting flavored oatmeal, I suppose. Oh boy. Yep, stuck. Okay, I'm gonna fix that. But I just thought I'd give you a peek into what my mornings are sometimes like. I'm back with a new mug. I got the majority of the oats out into the bowl, which is nice that my meal will not be too much smaller than normal, but there were just some remnants I really just couldn't get out of the bottom of the mug, and I decided, we'll switch out the mug. It's fine. So the tea is steeping. I need to add a little bit of milk. The oats are the same as they always are, half a cup of oats, 2 tablespoons hazelnut powder, 1 tablespoon brown sugar. I am almost out of the hazelnut powder, and I have no idea what I'm going to add after that because the powdered peanut butter is so expensive. And yeah, I mean, I really like it, clearly, since I use it in some variation like 5-6 times a week, but because of how much I go through, the price for the container, it just sort of, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have to swap out to something else. Maybe maple syrup. I mean, I am Canadian after all. Maple syrup's like in the blood. We shall see. It's 10:40 in the evening, and no, I did not forget to film dinner. I fell asleep and didn't eat. I did some adulting after work. I finished up my laundry and I did my dishes, and I had a long phone call with the guy at the bank and did like some money stuff, and thought like, I'm not really feeling great. I'm gonna sit down, have a bit of a rest before I make something to eat. And I fell asleep. And I slept for hours and hours and hours. And then when I woke up, I barely woke up, and I cuddled with the cat. And then I was on TikTok forever because I was too tired to get up. And now it's really late at night and I'm finally hungry, but it's too late to make dinner because I need to go back to bed. Well, I wasn't sleeping in bed. I was sleeping on the chair in the living room, but I need to go to bed because I have to be up at 5:30 for work tomorrow. So not ideal. But I couldn't not eat something because I was really like, oh yeah, I'm hungry. So I have tea. It is unfortunately not decaf because I ran out. I used my last decaf bag last night. So this may or may not be a bad idea. 2 pieces of toast. One of them has a cheese slice on it. Really just because I wanted like real cheese, but I also didn't want to go to the effort of cutting it and weighing it out, and I wasn't going to try to eyeball it, so I went with the cheese slice because it's easy to track. And then I added on an apple that's cut really funny because it had some really bad bruising, so I had to cut around all that, and I lost a chunk of the apple to the bruising. But all in all, it will be fine. So this is my snack. There will be nothing else eaten after this. I'm gonna have this while I watch an episode of something and then go to bed and hope that I can get back to sleep. It's a little after 9 in the morning on Thursday, and I feel like I'm all over the place with breakfast. So I thought that I would try maple syrup in the oatmeal in lieu of the powdered, the hazelnut powder, since I'm almost out of it and I don't have any more of that or PB2 in any form, and it's really expensive to buy. And for some reason in my head yesterday when I thought of that, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just substitute in maple syrup. I used to have brown sugar and maple syrup in my oatmeal all the time. It's an excellent combination. Not really cluing in that I'm swapping out a very low point thing for a potentially very high point thing, and I'm basically just putting in 2 different forms of sugar now, because brown sugar and maple syrup is sweet and lovely and beautiful, but basically just another way of mainlining sugar. So yeah, it only just dawned on me now. I decided to try the maple syrup today to see if I liked the swap in for it, so that I would know to not have to try to figure out a way to budget in for more powdered peanut butter. But now with the dawning realization, I don't know if this is really going to be a suitable swap out, because 1 tablespoon of maple syrup is 3 points. So now this is going to be taking my breakfast up by an additional 2 points, and I was already mad at how many points it was costing me already. So I don't know. Right now, this is just the 1/2 cup of oats and the 1 tablespoon of brown sugar that's in there. I find that if I add, because I added too much water and it's super runny, and if I add in the maple syrup now, it's just it kind of gets diluted. So I need to wait for the oats to soak in more of the water and to become thicker before I actually add the maple syrup in, giving it an optimal chance to not suck. My tea does not yet have milk in it. I've got just things are everywhere. I've got the brown sugar there with the tablespoon measurement thing because I'm waiting until this thickens up so I can add in the oatmeal. This is what used to be Aunt Jemima, and now it's Pearl Milling Company. I don't know, it's the same brand. See, same great taste, Aunt Jemima, made in Canada. I know it's not real maple syrup, not like the type. Well, I mean, real maple syrup. This is sugary maple syrup, but it's more affordable. So we're going with it. And it was already in my cupboard. This is a really long food clip just to explain that my oatmeal is not ready. And I don't know if the maple syrup is going to be a good swap in because of the points. And I think I may end up caving and buying powdered peanut butter at the outrageously expensive price that it is, just to save my points. Or maybe I'm going to have to switch out what I eat for breakfast completely. What do you eat for breakfast on Weight Watchers? Because I really like my oatmeal, but the condiments are kind of what make or break it for me, and now I'm having to change them, and I'm not sure where I'm going with it. It's 3:30 on Thursday in the afternoon, I guess I should specify, and I'm about to have dinner. So I have a cup of tea steeping, and then in this bowl, I found the remainder of a bag of hash browns, like the little cubed diced type ones in my freezer, and I decided that I wanted to finish them up. So 85 grams, because yes, I really did measure them, is 5 points. So I have 5 points worth of hash browns. I was kind of hoping to just finish the bag, but there looks to be about maybe half a portion left, so another day. And then I mixed in with them just a whole bunch of frozen veggies. And then I have 2 slices of turkey bacon that I cooked, and then I cut up into bite-sized pieces. You can see none of it because it is all buried underneath the 2 eggs. Oh, and there's also a little bit of cheese in there that's all melty goodness. But yeah, so hash browns, a load of veg, turkey bacon, 2 eggs, and then some Kewpie mayo on top. It's sort of like a new version of a thing I used to make back in the day, except it would be with a chicken burger patty that I would cook and then break up into small, like bite-sized pieces, and then put hash browns with it, no veggie, and then scramble eggs, and then kind of make it like a mixed up mess is what I used to call it. I don't know, it didn't look pretty, but it tasted great, and I usually doused it in ketchup. Keeping in mind this is when I was a teenager and my metabolism was through the roof. So I don't know. I found the hash browns, didn't want to waste them. Thought I'd make a sort of more modern version of it. Modern. Why am I talking funny? I'm talking funny. I don't know. I think that just means I need to go eat. But an updated version of that old school meal, except, well, I guess not except with changes. That's kind of what the whole modern thing means. I'm rambling. I'm gonna go. This is my dinner. Good morning. It is 8:46 on Friday, and we have made it through another work week. I think I say that every week, but every week I'm surprised that I make it through another work week. So breakfast, I kind of messed up a little bit, and I made my normal breakfast. So I had my tea and then the oatmeal that's got the half a cup of oats, 2 tablespoons of the hazelnut powder, and 1 tablespoon of the brown sugar. And the reason that's a bit of a mess up is because I don't have very much of the hazelnut powder left anymore. I don't have enough for like 2 tablespoons tomorrow. And where, normally on weekends I don't have the oatmeal, tomorrow I am, because I'm up and out early in the morning on the Saturday. And I want to have just like my normal regular breakfast, this breakfast, because I know like I like it and it's easy and it fuels me well for a good chunk of the day. But I meant to save the hazelnut powder for tomorrow, and I just kind of by reflex or habit, I suppose, put it in today's. So I do have to go out after work today to go to the grocery store. So I may cave and buy a container of powdered peanut butter just because I really didn't like the maple syrup I did yesterday. I can't taste, right? So the maple syrup didn't do anything for me flavor-wise. And whereas the powdered, either peanut butter or the hazelnut powder, whichever one I have, it helps with the texture of the oatmeal. I don't really know how to better explain it than that. I'm not tasting it. It's a texture thing. It makes it a little bit thicker, a little bit, I don't know, something. Whereas yesterday's oatmeal with the 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and the 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, which cost me more points than the 2 tablespoons of hazelnut powder, it just left my oatmeal like really runny and meh. I mean, I ate it, but it's just, I'm all about texture. And the powdered peanut butter or the hazelnut powder do better for me in that regard. I did check on Costco's website and they do have the powdered peanut butter back in stock, so I'm gonna order it online, but they have this weird like verification step now that I couldn't do because I was working and I wasn't about to go and like grab my bank card and log into the bank and prove that it's me. But yeah, they have it now, so I'm gonna order that for pickup or delivery, I mean. Normally I split it with a friend, but she's actually pregnant right now and she's gone off the powdered peanut butter a little bit, and so she doesn't need any more. So I'm just gonna have 6 containers of this stuff, but it'll last me a very long time in theory, so I think it's worth it. But yeah, I don't know. All of that just to say, here's my breakfast, the same as usual. I'm gonna go back to work now. Bye. It's 1:30 in the afternoon on Friday, and I did not make it through the whole work day. I really, as the day was progressing, I was getting a really bad headache. Still have a really bad headache, and it was a direct result of the computer screen. I'm really light sensitive, especially to screens. with this concussion, and it's been sort of bad all week, and I think it just kind of like hit a tipping point today. So I got everything that I had to get done before cutoff completed, and then I asked if I could sign off early and take a half day sick. So that is what I did. So I was resting for a while. I thought I would sleep better than I did, or at least I was hoping that I would, and that the sleep would kind of set me up for feeling noticeably better when I woke up. It really didn't. So yeah. But I have some things that I have to do this evening. I can't just spend the whole evening kind of napping and dozing and resting. Like, life goes on. So I decided to eat early, and then I'm gonna go out to do an errand that I was gonna do after work. But if I do it a bit earlier, I should beat some of the worst traffic, and the store might be a little bit quieter. Then I will come home, and then I have to go out again later this evening. So it'll all depend on timing, how much stuff I get done before I have to go out again. But at least, I don't know. We're just gonna see. Now, I really have no plan for the day beyond, like, I know these things I have to get done, but the timing of it, I just don't know. So my lunch, dinner? Normally this would be dinner, but it's so much earlier than normal. So I guess it's a lunch today. I have tea, which is steeping. I will add milk in there in a minute. I have a piece of bread with some margarine on it. And then I have one of those salad kits by Taylor Farms. This is the guacamole crunch. So it's a vegetable blend. And then there's avocado, chili lime tortilla squares, and a salsa picante dressing. Yeah, the dressing's kind of runny. I don't know if that's what a salsa picante dressing is supposed to be like. And the avocado, it was in like a tube and it was pre-mashed, so I kind of put it in there in blobs and then mixed it up a little bit. So it's sort of like the avocado you get at Subway. You know how it's already all mushed up, and if you're spreading it on bread or something, it's kind of fine. But when I just was squeezing it out of the little tube it came in, it was very not easily spreadable. So but yeah, so this is what I'm gonna eat. Hopefully I will feel better after I get some food in me, and I did have at least like a bit of a rest. And I'm just gonna try to take it a little bit easy, but still get my stuff done before I actually have to go out later this evening. It's 11:19 in the evening on Friday. I am home, I am showered, I have baked 2 chocolate chip banana loaves, and I am hungry. I had quite a few points left after dinner because I had a salad, and I didn't expect to be this late with getting around to having a snack, but what are you gonna do? So I have a cup of tea. It is regular, not decaf, because I forgot to buy decaf when I was in the store, which is actually a good thing because I had to buy baking ingredients. So my grocery money for this week went predominantly to baking ingredients, and I was like 4 cents under budget for like my allotted grocery money for the week. So if I had bought decaf tea, I would have been over. What I'm going to do for meals this week, I am not sure, but that's a future me problem. And I'm also having a beef sausage roll as a snack. I bought it specifically thinking for a snack tonight, and then I bought 2. That one thinking snack tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be another crazy day. So we shall see where that other one comes into play. But for now, sausage roll and tea. I have to stay up for a little bit because I need the cakes to cool down enough that I can first get them out of the pan and then keep them cooling even longer, and then can wrap them because it will be a rushed morning tomorrow, so I can't do it in the morning. They have to be all wrapped up and ready for travel before I go to sleep tonight. It is 7:20 in the morning on Saturday, and I've got my oatmeal and a cup of tea ready to go. I've also got my travel mug steeping. It is roughly a half a cup of oats and definitely 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and almost 2 tablespoons of powdered hazelnut powder. I always say that backwards. The reason for the approximations is because I was baking last night a banana chocolate chip cake, and combined with the measuring equipment that I used to make that, as well as the fact that I hadn't done my dishes yet from earlier in the day. So like when I made my oatmeal in the morning and things like that, I don't have all of like my measuring things. So I only had like a 1/3 cup measure for the oats. So I kind of guesstimated it. And then the brown sugar is fine because I had a tablespoon measurement, but the hazelnut powder is guesstimated because I didn't have that much left in the container, so I just put everything that I had left, and I didn't bother to measure it because I know that it's going to be under 2 tablespoons. I'm still going to track it as 2. It just sort of everything's, you know, a little bit of a guess this morning. Yeah, but here we go. Breakfast, I'm gonna eat this really quick. My travel mug keeps tea or any hot liquid hot for like an undrinkable level of hot for a ridiculously long time. So I actually started making this a little while ago, because then I leave it open first to steep and then without the tea bag, just to like help it cool down without a lid for like as long as I can, because I need to be able to drink it. But yeah, here we go. It is almost 8 in the evening on Saturday, and I'm about to eat a sausage roll, all beef. I would like to apologize for the background that you were seeing with this sausage roll and the fact that that's my leg, but I am home after a really long day. I am showered, I am exhausted, I am halfway in pajamas. The top half is just in like a t-shirt, and I'm about to call my mom. We always talk on Saturdays. So this is just something that I'm having to kind of stave off hunger. It's been a weird food day. So you saw my breakfast, and then I was at the race site all day with my team. So I had like 4 peanut M&Ms, and I had 3 sour candies, and I had a wrap made with like tortilla and then some chicken and hummus and spinach and 2 pieces of cheese. And I had 3 of the vanilla Girl Guide cookies. Oh, and I think I had like 2 Timbits. So this is like all over the course of the day. A very, very hot day with like a lot going on. So not good choices. Also not choices that were like really easy to whip my phone out to take video footage of, because like I'm going to really pull it out to show you 4 M&Ms. Not really. Although maybe some point in the future I will, but not today. So it was like a lot of kind of like little nibbles throughout the day. And then we went for a bite to eat afterwards as a team. So that's the footage that's just before this one. We went to this restaurant called Bao, B-A-O. And I did not finish the 2 that are on my plate. I didn't finish like the outside, the wrapping, because I couldn't taste them and it really wasn't doing much for me. So I didn't finish them. And then when I came home, I was thinking I was going to make like a meal, because the food that we went out for, I just got something little and it didn't really like fill me up. But I'm also not really feeling like cooking, and I'm sort of all over the place for like how much do I really want to commit to eating. So I decided the sausage roll, because I bought it specifically for a situation like this. So I'm going to eat the sausage roll and call my mom, and I've got a cup of tea beside me, as well as a Diet Coke. And I should really be chugging water if we're, you know, being serious about this. And yeah, I'm not really intending to do anything else the rest of the evening besides watch some YouTube and go to bed early and just relax with the cat. It's 2:20 in the afternoon on Sunday. I'm not eating this all right now. I just wanted to show it now while it was still at its freshest. So my friend loves this vegan bakery that she goes to, I want to say like fairly often. And I've never actually made it over there yet. I'm not vegan, but when I'm with her, I tend to eat vegan because she's vegan. So all of these items are vegan, and the little bag the cookie came in says a little vegan baking never hurt anybody. This is what that bag was holding. It's a cinnamon, I've already forgotten the proper name of the cookie, but it's a cookie. It'll be really nice and crunchy, which will be great for me texture-wise. And then a Nanaimo bar. I love a Nanaimo bar. Like they're, I don't know, if you're not in Canada, you may have not had one before, because they're like a Canadian thing, but seriously, if you ever get a chance, Nanaimo bars. This one has yellow filling. Sometimes they come with green. They're all good. And then this cupcake that they were making especially for Mother's Day. I just thought it was so pretty with the piping. So these are the goodies that I came home with. Like I said, I'm not eating them all right now. I just wanted to show them before I sort of like tucked them away. That one's gonna go in an airtight container and be left like for room temperature. Those two need to go in the fridge. So, you know, you never know. By the time they come back out, like the Nanaimo bar might have like some moisture beading on it. And you can see my cupcake already has a bit of damage from the drive home. So this is as close to perfection as they're going to look at any point forward. So here is what I bought at the bakery. This is where the previous clip where I'm showing that croissant sandwich, I bought that there as well. We went there for brunch. So the drink was like a London fog with blueberry something or other in it, and then you mix it all up. I should have taken a quick picture of it after it was mixed. It becomes this really nice swirled pretty color. And then the sandwich was vegan. It was a croissant with vegan sausage and something that they call egg, but it's not egg, and some lettuce, I think it was arugula, and then some kind of a cheese that melts really well considering it's a vegan cheese. So yeah, it was brunch.